Okay, everybody. This is my little video walkthrough of how to perform the necessary functions to complete problem number 13 from Module 4, which seemed to be the biggest issue for many of the students, largely because it required entry of the actual data. There wasn't a data file to be downloaded for this. There are multiple ways that you can do things in SPSS. There are various shortcuts to different functions, etc., etc. I'm not going to confuse anybody. We're just going to go in and do it the way you would be doing it if you were doing, a true analysis. We're not going to shortcut just to get to the graph, because I think that'll just serve to confuse everyone. Okay, so you're seeing my screen, and right here you just see a little preview screenshot of the actual problem that I had screenshot from the book. And you're seeing that I have SPSS open and blank. And there's my cat Piglet saying hello. So down here at the bottom on the left, you want to click Data View, because we're entering data. The problem itself has the information that we know is that there were 100 college students that were asked to pick between 5 different types of soft drinks and indicate their preference. So 52 of them chose cola, 16 of them lemon lime, 4 ginger ale, 10 orange, and 18 root beer. Now we have to account for each one of these individual people, so there would be 100 altogether. So what we're going to do is, under this column here, this first variable column, we're going to enter a C for all of the students that chose cola. So we're literally going to type a C. I'm going to make this a little wider here so it doesn't look cramped. Okay. And we're just going to keep going till we get down to number 52. It's really wonderful that these rows are numbered the way they are. Okay, now we have 16 lemon lime, so we're going to type an L 16 times. And then we're going to do a G for ginger ale 4 times. An O for orange 10 times. And then root beer has 18 students. We're going to type in R 18 times. Okay, now notice right here we should be at 100. So once we're finished doing that, now we're going to click over to variable view. And now we entered all those numbers under one variable. So what we're going to do here is we're going to change the name of the variable. Let's call it drink prefs, and we'll get rid of the pre-canned label. And then over here under the actual labels, this is how it will show up on your graphs. Let's do soft drink preferences. And then let's see here. We need to define the values. Okay, so if you saw what I did there, I clicked where it says none under values, and it pops me up a little window here. So now we need to tell the software what all those C's, L's, G's, O's, and R's mean, okay, essentially. And we're going to do them one at a time. So first, we're going to tell it that lowercase c means cola, and hit add. Now we're going to say that lowercase l means lemon lime. And lowercase g is, ginger ale, add. Lowercase o equals orange. And lowercase r equals root beer. All right, so now we have those defined, okay? So from there, we are going to work on running our graph first, because now your data is there. So we're going to go up here. Now I have a Mac, so don't be alarmed if your system just looks slightly different as far as where the toolbar is and that sort of thing. Not a big deal. Click on graphs, and again, there's different ways to do this. You can go through that little chart builder feature, which I don't know, I think that that's a little complicated, to be honest, especially for somebody new. I've been using SPSS in classes now for a while, and I still haven't completely figured out how to use that feature. I feel like I get myself mixed up and never get the results I want. So we're going to go through legacy dialogues. And we're going to click on bar because we just want to do a simple bar graph. We're not doing anything over the top here. We're going to stick with the word simple here and keep it as summaries for groups of cases. Okay? And then what we're going to do is see how our variable here, soft drink preferences, is in the left. All we're going to do is make sure it's highlighted like that and click this here to add it to the category axis. And then hit OK. And this is the output viewer window, and this is what gives you all your pretty little results. Okay, now I'm just going to minimize this for right now because we also want to do a pie chart. So I'm going to click minimize. I'm not changing anything with my variable view or my data. I'm just going to go right back to graphs, legacy logs, and pie. Leave that alone. And then here, once again, we have our variable highlighted. We're just going to click this little arrow button and place it into the field that says define slices by. And then hit OK. And we're going to get our same output viewer. And there you go. Now, again, there's cool things that you can do. Like, for example, this is totally an acceptable answer, so you don't have to fool with anything like this. But just to show you, like, for example, if you didn't want it to say count here, say you wanted it to say students, you can just click on it like that, and it pops you up a little chart editor window. Click on the word, highlight it, type in your new one, and hit enter. And there you go. You just change that label, and then you can exit out of that and see. There you go. Finished product. Now, to move this over into a Word document, I know that this has been an issue for some. So I'm going to open a blank Word document here. Let me make it a little smaller so we can see what's going on. Okay, all we're going to do is, if you click on the item in your output viewer so that you can see the little box here around it darken and the little red arrow showing that you're clicked on it. If you have a Mac, you're going to do the two-finger click. If you have, depending on your settings, if you have a Windows machine, it's a right click. But right here, you can copy, copy special, etc., etc. Typically, you can just copy and then right over onto Word and right-click again and paste. Now, at this point, you can adjust your sizing however need be to make room. And you're going to do the same thing down here with the pie chart. And there you go. And that is your output and your data entry experience that led to it. And I really do hope that this helps clear up some of the confusion that everyone is having. I'll finish off here by just showing you, when you exit out of these, you always get asked about saving the output file. Now, that's not, something that, if you've already copied things over and saved it to a document, most of the time, like in a course like this, it's not really necessary, but you can save them if you like. Just make sure that, you label them correctly so that you know what they are, and going down the road here, you don't have a whole bunch of data files on here that you don't know what they are and you get yourself confused. I'm kind of a saver. I tend to save most things. So I'm going to exit out of here, and it's asking me if I want to save the contents. Yes, I sure do. And I tend to always save things to my desktop so that I can decide where I put them. And right here under output, I'm just going to say, for some reason mine doesn't want to do the word problem. I don't know. Number 13, output. And then I'm going to exit out of here, and it's asking me if I want to save the changes to the data set. Now you can choose to save the data set if you want or not. I'm going to go ahead and save it just because I may use it for, other students or something at some point. No, why am I? There we go. And I'm going to select my desktop, and I'm going to save it. There we go. And Piglet thanks you for attending, and she really hopes that this helps you. But be sure to let her know if it doesn't. Thank you.